Hello, everyone. Welcome to the first match of round 2 of the Lockout Bingo Randomizer tournament.
Yep, that's right. We have two winners from the first round, Kanra and Jetfire, about to face off on a random start location race.
Yep, they've agreed to use both the random start location and the more recent patch of the Randomizer mod, which adds a couple of more stag locations to the randomization. So, also depending, of course, on where the random start location takes them. But for now, I think looks like everything's all set up, so we'll be getting underway momentarily.
Yep, and this is going to be an interesting race. Yeah, normally when we see the False Knight Brooding Mallet goal on the card, the runners are making a beeline to get that goal in the first 2 or 3 minutes. But in this case, there is no guarantee that we will be able to get that goal in any short time frame. So there's going to have to be a lot more routing on the fly than you normally see in the first 10 minutes of a randomizer.
Yep, it'll be an interesting one, I think. And it looks like they're starting. Here we go.
Yep.
I just realized.
All right, and it looks like we'll be starting in the city storerooms area. One of the nastiest rooms in the game, as far as aggressive enemies, especially when you don't have much movement items.
Oh, and wow.
Jetfire just barely misses the getting into the transition.
Yeah,
That's
this is an interesting start place. Oh goodness, Kanra finds Manta's claw at the stag. Okay, well, that's an early claw, I guess.
Yeah,
and of course the stag itself.
Suddenly have a lot of options. Although notably, there actually isn't a whole lot you can do in City of Tears with just Claw, aside from maybe Soul Sanctum in Logic.
And of course, the interesting thing about the new version of the randomizer is that just having access to a stag doesn't necessarily give you access to Dirtmouth and Crossroads. As you can see, Kanra actually came out into that stag station and was not able to leave the building. That's basically one of the features of the new version of randomizer, is that the Dirtmouth stag station itself is basically locked until you find the
She did find this distant village stag, though, and she is going to talk to Midwife immediately.
Yeah, that's
very good play on her part, paying attention to that goal in the card.
Yep.
And being ready to capitalize on it.
And Jet, of course, picks up Manta's Claw.
You can probably guess that there's maybe 3 locations where distant village stag was. That Kanra could have already checked in this time frame.
Yep.
Oh,
that's
wow.
Longnail. That's a goal.
But does Kanra know?
Yeah, Kanra knows. I think the bingo board might be slightly delayed, actually. But that's probably better than having the bingo board be ahead. And Jet's gonna come here and see the long nail. Oof. Meanwhile, is this check that Kanra's doing actually in focus? No.
Okay, should have the colors set up now.
Yes. Okay, we've got the colors. Good. There we go. Yeah, it took a little bit to get that set up.
Actually going to see Jetfire taking the lead heading into Crossroads. So While
Yeah,
Kanra was able to get those 2 goals, Jetfire should be able to take False Knight Brooding Malik here.
and Jetfire, of course, is skipping the check to the left of the elevator, which I guess makes sense. It's a little bit slow.
Yeah, I would
But
say that in this position, you really don't want to give Kanra any more of the easy early goals. So
yeah,
really prioritizing stuff right now makes a lot of sense.
and equipping the
We'll,
long nail.
we'll stop to equip Long Nail.
Not checking the item at the stag, though.
Yeah,
So I guess that makes sense since Jetfire has literally 0 money.
Yeah, I guess that is fair. I was going to say I'd like to see the stag check, but actually, if you can't pick it up anyways, you might as well just warp back once you have Geo.
And that's an arcane egg that was to the left of the elevator, which, while it isn't progression, it is actually a lot of money since they started in city storerooms.
That's right.
So they can already get to Lem.
It's a very quick trip to Lem, just basically dropping down the tower. And that could come in handy for buying out Legator later on.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Kanra is now following up where Jetfire came earlier. We'll probably get to see what the item is at the stag. Oh, another stag. Resting grounds stag. Okay, that's quick access to resting grounds as soon as they have enough money for it.
Yep. Love to see all the early stag chains.
Yep.
Yeah, right side is basically the only place they don't have access to with the claw start. So that can be a little elusive. Or at least hard to find an easy way to get over there.
Alright, so this is False Knight dead. Stag Nest Stag for Jetfire.
Probably not what you're hoping to find when you already have, when you're trying to rush down this Brooding Malik goal, and you really want a little bit more speed or combat here.
Yeah, would be nice to have like a spell of some sort in order to.
Although Jetfire needs to grab this Ancestral Mound bench and warp out immediately, or else Conrad's going to take the Stagnest Vessel Fragment goal.
Yeah, I had actually missed the fact that that was on the board. So yeah, Jetfire is
going to make the play.
Going right there. Yep. And checking the resting ground stag. Yeah, I'll set around it. So.
Yep, we will see if Jetfire remembers Soul Catcher, which he skipped. That is accessible with Claw. But one of those weird randomizer paths that you don't really think about is you would never do it in the base game.
And Jet gets that goal marked off.
Yep. And just a Mask Shard at the 300 Geo.
Jet's heading back into Ancestral Mound to not actually getting Soul Catcher. Just heading straight for Brooding Malik.
Straight for Malik.
Makes sense.
Meanwhile, Kanra's taking the lower path here. Jetfire will get there first.
Yeah, maybe Kanra's going to be checking this
I would be surprised if Kanra doesn't even check check Brooding Malik at this point. She might just go for grubs or get the bench here. I would guess that, based on her routing so far, she doesn't see the Brooding Malik goal as.
And of course, Kanra already knows that Jetfire is ahead because
Jet killed False
got the Stag Nest Vessel Fragment.
Although, I have to eat my words because Kanra is on the hunt, and if Jetfire takes this fight slow or has to heal,
this is going to be very close.
Yeah.
Of course, Jetfire is only at 4 health. It's going to come down to who has the more efficient Moloch fight.
Yeah, Brooding Moloch is a tricky boss because it is so tempting to get, oh, this Jetfire almost gets squished. It's so tempting to go for a third hit every time, and every time you will get hit by it. Yeah, this is also a fairly RNG heavy fight in the sense that these big attacks give you a lot of time to get hits off, and so the more of them you get, you can save several seconds.
Jetfire at 1 HP. Oh, and Kanra gets the kill first.
Wow.
That was really close. Ooh, Jetfire takes a death.
That's rough. Yeah, just such a tricky boss fight.
Jetfire, of course, didn't have any money, I think, so...
Yeah, not a huge loss.
Prioritizing getting his shade back.
Main disappointment is losing the left side crossroads access, I think. So now it's really annoying to get back to Dirtmouth if you're Jetfire. Or to check Grubs. True.
Looks like Jetfire is just going straight to shops, though.
I like that play. You just sort of try and recover and not be following in Kanra's footsteps. Meanwhile,
Kanra finds the second arcane egg. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, that's
if there is anything in shops.
Comfy.
Yeah.
Of course.
Dash.
Ooh, that's.
Oh, and there is some good money in shops. That's the Watchermaid's
really
Jet.
Good
Actually,
for
that's actually also pretty good for Jetfire because Jet doesn't have the arcane eggs, so.
But when will
Jet definitely needs that money from. Yeah, I'm assuming that after Jet rescues Sly and checks Celebra, probably go towards Dartmouth.
Yeah, this right here, I believe, is Kanra setting up for the buyout Leg Eater goal. Now that she has dash, she has really fast access to Leg Eater. So I'm going to try and sell her arcane eggs and do it in one trip.
Jet, what is Jet doing?
Well, he could shade skip, but of course, if he wanted to do that, it would be better to take the bench first. Yeah.
Yeah.
Might have forgotten Claw for a moment there. Should be really unfortunate. To be fair, Claw is one of those sort of passive movement items that is easy to forget in situations like this.
Yeah.
Compared to dash, you aren't constantly mashing the button, or precisely timing the button, depending on your dash philosophy. Oh.
Yeah, Jet's just forgotten that he has Claw already.
No, don't.
Come on, you just slid against the wall. Did you not notice that?
You hate to see it.
You just dashed. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, he remembers.
It's gonna feel silly about that one.
Yeah.
Oh, there's Fireball at Celebra. A little bit too much money, but...
Yep, and a very cheap arcane egg, for the record.
Yeah, that too. And Steady Body, that's not on the board. Okay, just saw Jet looking at it. I don't think there are any of those charms that are actually on the board. Sprint Master or Dash Master, Shaman Stone or Spell Twister are the only charms that are actually like...
Alright, which way is Jetfire going? I think Kanra's making the beeline for Fungal.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I am curious to see what sort of grub items we're going to have, given all of the grub goals on this seed.
Yeah. Neither of them have actually checked grubs yet, so... we still have yet to see what...
Yeah, checking grubs can be a little uncomfortable to work in early on in a lockout bingo, just because it takes, a solid 30 seconds to check all of them. And during that time, you could completely give up the advantage on getting a goal.
Oh, and there's Hive Blood at Leg Eater.
Yeah, very very lucky though for Jet that there aren't going to be any
Progression items.
right.
Yeah.
And will Kanra be able to afford? Nope, can't
Ooh,
quite
just
afford the last bill.
barely. Not enough money. Connor's gonna be probably able to get it pretty quickly, though. I think maybe the Shroomel Ogres will probably get her enough money.
Yes, for Teachers Archives tablets, you basically need either Crystal Heart or Ismus Tear on top of what they already have. Technically possible with Shade Cloak, but I don't expect to see that. Actually, I could see Conra doing it with Dash and Wings, maybe. Did we see the selling rates?
We did not
I don't
see
think...
Sly from Kanra.
Yeah.
So this is new.
And an important Lifeblood Heart for getting the 10 Lifeblood Masks at the same time goal.
Yeah. Oh, that was...
Alright, looks like this may be the Howling Cliffs play from Jetfire.
Yeah.
No, it's going to be Distant Village instead.
Oh, Shopkeeper's Key.
Yeah, I
Okay,
actually forgot that Conra got that.
Jet's going right back to Dirtmouth to check that. Makes sense.
Ooh, and Conra finds a simple key. That is going to be huge for getting the early waterways access.
Yeah, Talk to Tuck being on the board is making that pretty important.
Yeah, but at this point, if you're Jet, you really need to find an item advantage here. I think, like Dive and Crystal Heart, or
Yeah,
Ismuth
those are
Fear,
both pretty important.
the big items, yeah. Because I think that Archives is actually really valuable in this seed because of the Umu, Lumafly tablet pairing.
Yeah.
Did Jetfire check Fury?
Yeah, Jetfire did. It was, I think it was just a relic.
Unfortunate.
Nothing important.
Abyss Shriek is also on the board, so that Howling Race could be could lead into a goal pretty quickly.
Just needs one more copy of Wraiths. Kanra's heading towards Tuck.
And that is Jet's first Balder kill item. Meanwhile, I think Conrad would say she already had a Balder kill item in Dash. Or
Well, technically, Dash Flash is
if nothing
also.
else. Yeah, I do like this pointed out in chat that Mantis Lords is available. That is a guaranteed goal, even though it's a pretty big time investment. I think that there's a pretty good argument for prioritizing that here.
Yeah, plus it's also 3 checks.
Yeah, plus the Mantis Claw and Dashmaster checks, even Bretta. Ooh, but
oh, that's Sprint Master.
That's
on the
huge
board
for Jetfire. Yeah, really, really nicely timed random goal right as Kanra is picking up 2 of hers.
Unfortunately, Jet doesn't have Glowing Womb equipped, so he can't actually check Boulder Shell.
Yeah, and that dash slash was in left side City of Tears, and not a place he's had time to explore yet.
I'll be interested to see if one of them checks resting grounds anytime soon, because neither of them bought the resting grounds stag that was at Crossroads Stag.
It's a really good
remember
point. That seems to
correctly.
be a place that's escaped their notice for now. And while Dreamnail is a really slow and awkward check from there, the Stag and Dream Shield are extremely fast by comparison. So,
Yep. And if you get to resting grounds just via the stag, then you don't even have to do the
turning down
lengthy
the
Dreamnail check.
yeah, pay. And that's a pretty nice deal at Green Path Stag.
Jetfire going back to Solubra.
Gonna get Vengeful Spirit here, I guess.
Yeah, makes sense.
Definitely a nice item to have.
Oh, Kanra picks up resting ground stag. I think that's where she's going.
Yep.
No, heading back to Distant Village first.
Actually,
oh, right, she didn't buy
buying
Shopkeeper's
Shopkeeper's
Key. That makes sense. And then heading to resting grounds.
I was about to say, checking Beast Den at this point would be a very unusual play.
Yeah.
To say the least. At the very least, you'd want to have Dreamnail to be able to get what's at Hera.
So far, let's see. Oh, Tram Pass.
Tram Pass. Not really relevant.
Yeah.
Though.
Could be useful for
Alright, gonna see
deep nest access, I guess.
a little air stall to check the acid seal here. And Jonies, that is enough to get 10 Lifeblood Masks.
Yep.
He can overcharm. Yeah. Lifeblood Heart, then Jonies, then get a Cocoon. That will be 10 Lifeblood Hearts just off of the 2 charms. Or 9 Lifeblood Hearts off of the 2 charms. Plus 1 more from a Cocoon.
Could also just use Jonies on its own, plus any of the Lifeblood Cocoons that give 3 hearts, yeah?
Yeah, that's true. And in that case, you'd probably want to use the one at Fog Canyon, since the others are not really convenient right now. Bardoon and Galeon. Oh, didn't buy Fragile Heart. Or Lifeblood Heart.
No, that was in East City, remember?
Yes, Kanra got it. Okay,
Kanra
this is
got it,
actually
Jetfire.
this is really awkward for Jetfire then, because this Green Path one will not give enough.
Yeah,
Means
it gives
have to
2, so he'll have to...
carry this either up to Kingspass or down to Fog Canyon. Which way will Jetfire go? Might have hoped that this would give 3 Lifeblood Hearts. Unfortunately, it is consistent. It's not random at all.
I'm guessing Jet's gonna take a stag to...
Stag to Stag Nest?
Oh, maybe not. Maybe...
Walk to
going...
Autopilot, I guess.
Yeah.
Kind of an annoying thing about this routing is that they'll have to either skip the lower Green Path bench, or he could take it, but then
He would lose 2 Lifeblood Hearts that he just acquired.
Have to remember that yes, he can afford to lose this 2 because the other Cocoon gives 3.
Meanwhile, Kanra's doing Mantis Lords.
Yeah, this is going to be good for her.
Yeah.
And Mantis Lords, it's not a great play usually, but
when it's a goal on the board, then it's a pretty good play.
Exactly.
Especially since Kanra has Wraiths.
Yeah, being very careful on Jetfire's side with all the obbles. Those are really annoying enemies. Unfortunately, they happen to be in rooms that you usually don't have to spend much time in or worry too much about. Ooh, even skipping the Green Path Journal, just full-on rushing this goal here.
Yep.
And yeah, meanwhile, Kanra has a pretty cozy Mantis Lords fight with, 2 level 1 spells.
Yep. Should be pretty simple for her. Yep, and that's definitely more than 10.
Just a seal.
Wonder if, okay, it looks like Jet's going to be continuing. Oh, maybe going to check Wraiths?
Check Wraiths? I kind of like the Wraiths play because that's a place you know Kanra won't get to in a while, probably, as long as she's rushing goals.
Kanra,
It's very
Mantis Lords.
Yeah, very unlikely to pay out, but if there is something at Wraiths, yeah, this is a very solid lead that Jet can capitalize on.
Yep.
On the other hand, a Crystal Heart here at Mantis Lords could seal up the race very quickly. So we'll just have to see.
Oh, wings.
Wow. That is huge.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, nothing at Vanilla Wraiths, unfortunately.
So I think we're going to get a tutorial in itemless archives coming up, maybe. We'll see. Kanra's going to do some wings checks first.
Gets Great Slash, just one nail art away from Nailmaster's Glory. I'm guessing Jet is heading back to the Stone Sanctuary bench. Probably gonna grab the journal up here. Yes, there we go.
Yes.
Unbreakable Heart. Actually, would have been
nice to have when
would
doing the
have required not even going to. Well, I guess if you want to equip Unbreakable Heart, you still have to get some more lifebloods from somewhere, I think. Or is that? Or would it be enough just with Unbreakable Heart and Jonies? I don't actually know.
Unbreakable Heart and Jonies would give, I think it would give...
If I'm doing my math right, then I think it would give 10, yeah.
I think it would. You have to remember that current patch rounds down, but,
Yeah. It rounds down, but that would be 7 HP normally, which should round to 10 Lifeblood Hearts.
Yeah, I think that is correct. Alright, is this the right side city lever skip and or just normal jump over the wall?
Nail Zero Watcher Knights, maybe?
That is an option. You gotta see the lever skip.
Yep.
Actually, Watcher Knights isn't too bad with already having the 2 spells. Maybe it would be really bad from a less experienced perspective, but Kanra is very good at
Kanra could definitely be...
Despite what she may say, she is very good at 80%. And definitely could do this, I believe. Yeah, the big thing about Watcher Knights is having the dash so you can easily dodge them, and then the spell so that you have at least some way of dealing damage. And actually, we're going to see a grub check here, maybe.
Yep. Nope. Never mind.
Archives, I think.
Yeah. Didn't Kanra have the Hot Springs bench, or am I misremembering?
No, I think she skipped it because she was rushing Brooding Malik at the time.
Hmm.
Yeah, definitely would have paid for itself at this point, but...
Or even the Ancestral Mound bench, I think.
I don't know if she's even checked Mound.
I'd be surprised if she hadn't, because she did do Watcher Knights. Or no, False Knight, sorry.
Ooh, and a nice, convenient little Mask Shard. I like that damage boost, too. I haven't seen that before.
Yeah, you can just has respawn to get out of there quickly.
Just walk into the thorns. Yep,
Love Key. Interesting.
I believe that this should be no problem to get to the Lumafly tank with just wings and dash.
Kanra does still need to
Yep,
get
getting to
Hunter's Journal.
Yep, actually getting to Monomon right now would be
Wait,
extraordinarily hard, but Umu and the
Wait, no. Yeah, I just realized it's not actually the Wimfly
oh yeah, you're
Journal.
right. My
It's just 3 lore tablets.
All right, so she did one.
Confused.
Where are the other two?
The other two are both below Umu. One down left and one of them is down right.
Yeah, I think they're both still accessible though. I think it's basically the same requirement.
Yeah, with wings, it should all be possible, I think.
Yeah. As suddenly become clear, I do not know the locations of the Teacher's Archive floor tablets. Tragically.
Yeah. One of them above Umu, the other two basically down into the sides. Luring Umu into prime Wraith's position, but...
Yeah, unfortunately, Umu wasn't quite high enough, and so shot out to the side.
Yeah.
Very, very strange knockback mechanics.
Yeah, Umu's a bit weird.
Yeah, I think on 1-2-2-1 that setup would have worked because Umu is nowhere near as bouncy, but on current patch, basically any hit, even slightly off center, sends Umu flying. And something even worse you can see when you try to use Wraiths on Umu, is if you hit him up into the top right corner there, he'll get in the acid, and he won't take damage from the acid, but it will completely lag up the game once Umu gets out of the acid. It's very strange.
Jet, meanwhile, is kind of following Kanra's tracks a little bit, just checking to make sure there's nothing important at Leg Eater.
Yeah, not a huge fan of that with, knowing that Conra's already checked that area.
Well, yeah, but it's a shop,
you really,
so
yeah, that's true. It's a lot of checks at once.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely if you're Jet right now, you want to try and find, the edge you can take to get an advantage.
And Kanra hasn't revealed that she has wings yet, so...
Right. Alright, so there is Umu.
There's one lower tablet.
Yeah, actually could see right side access right now from Teep Nest, but that would be really far out of the way for Jet.
Oh, can you actually make this with just wings and...
Yes, I believe you can.
Oof, that was close.
Might be better to dash off the platform so you get 2 dashes. I don't know, though.
Oh, Kanra barely makes it.
Yeah, definitely could have gone back up for some fireballs to get some air stall, but much nicer to do it with the Great Slash stall. That was really cool to see.
And here's, what's it, grubs. There's a Dream Nail at, what's that, 10 grubs? Yeah. Dream Nail at 10 grubs.
9 grubs for Abyss Shriek.
Ooh, yeah. That's... Jet is currently at 4, and Kanra's at... Yeah.
Do you try to clear the Crossroads grubs? That may be a good idea if you're Jet. I don't know.
Yeah.
Certainly, what I don't like about it is that, while you're doing that, your opponent can, work up, more static goals in the meantime. But
as we can see that Kanra is already doing Watcher Knights.
Right, exactly. That's the problem, is that it's one of those plays that's really nice in theory, especially if you're Jet and you know that you have to get, all but 4 of the current goals. And so probably will want to be getting Crossroads Grubs sooner or later. But on the other hand, you can't afford to be inactive on the stuff your opponent can rush.
To be fair, there's actually not too many more static goals on the board right now that Kanra can get.
A lot of stuff I don't know how true this is, but I feel very dive blocked by this seed. Because I just want to
Dive
see
or
inside-
Crystal Dash?
Yeah, I want to see inside Crystal Peak. And certainly,
Lantern would also be pretty good.
yeah,
Especially
certainly,
if it helps deep nest grubs.
if you're Kanra, you really want to see Crystal Dash so you can open that Dirtmouth elevator.
Yep.
Jetfire could also do it, but would have to go through Crystal
Find
Peak.
wings.
Yeah.
Or go through Crystal Peak, yeah.
Yeah, it would be a bit more troublesome. It require 2
And
items.
just Crystal Dash itself wouldn't actually get Jetfire into Crystal Peak.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, that's Watcher Knight's done. Jet's just gathering a couple more grubs. That's 9. I'd like to see Jet pick up maybe one more so that he can get Dreamnail. Oh, Kanra finds a copy of Dreamnail behind Watcher Knights. Ooh, and Isma's Tear. That's...
Is Isma's relevant at this point? She
You know
could
what,
go
that's-
back and check Monoma now, but I don't think that's going to be
actually a good
super
point.
relevant.
Other than that, it's not really relevant.
Yeah, she basically sequence broke to all of the Isma stuff already.
Yep. I'm a little surprised Jet didn't bother getting a 10th.
Yeah, the only Dreamnail goal is the
4
the
full
4
dream
dream trees. To be fair,
But there could also be things at Essence, which neither player has checked yet. And I expect Kanra's probably going to check Essence as soon as she's done with this Dream Tree.
seem to have. Oh, she's gonna work her way back up. That's very fair.
Yep.
I was thinking she would go for the Dreamnail play, but at this point, Dreamnail itself might even be a check that she feels is too slow to be worth the time.
Yep. Although Dash does make it a lot faster.
So what dream are we?
Jet,
gonna
of
see?
course, is going into the...
All right. If it is something at Dreamnail, that will be very big. But nothing's really lighting me up at Essence so far.
Another copy of Dash at
Prohibitively
however much
high.
Essence that was.
That was like 690.
Yeah.
I do not believe we'll see that. Unless this...
Probably not, but
unless
Void,
this comes down to Void Tendrils.
Void
yeah.
Tendrils journal entry could require, or could,
Yep.
that
Very,
could be the easiest one for
yeah,
Matt
very
Goal.
good choice for the second tree from Kanra. I expect we'll also probably see the Mantis Village one since she has the Mantis Lord's Bench.
Yep.
And well, we'll see what she does for the last. Maybe Crossroads or Queen's Gardens. Or even City Storerooms. All right. Unfortunately, Jet did not get saved by the Dreamnail check.
Just heading back into city storerooms, looks like.
Interesting. Gonna check.
Oh,
for
never
sympathy.
actually got the simple key check. So going back for it now.
Yeah, might be hoping this is something like Crystal Heart, and that explains why Conrad got Umu so soon. But nope, just quick focus. Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah, I guess actually the fact that Kanra got Umu does mean that there's something that Jetfire must have missed.
Right. The problem is that all the good stuff is at Mantis Lords and Watcher Knights, which are the one places Jet will not recheck. Yeah,
Well,
because that time commitment is just too much. And oof, what a sports room location. The fungal core rancid egg. That could be relevant if we
if
find
Kanra
dive.
finds dive, yeah. Kanra not going to go check the super secret seal, huh?
Interesting. I would think that would be a good check, unless no, we didn't miss it.
Putting on Hive Blood. Is this a Ancient Basin take the tram to Hive play?
we do have Hive Mask Shard on the board. That is a very defensible play here, I think.
And Kanra's heading into Basin. Yeah, not a bad play.
I do like Soul Sanctum in principle here to do something that is not at all on Kanra's radar. The problem, of course, you can't check one of the items here without dive. And it's not progressing towards the goal. Those are the two really painful parts, but we will see.
Actually, in Soul Sanctum, there's only one item that you can't check without dive.
Right, it's just the seal.
Yeah.
Yeah, without Claw,
it's just the one item.
It's really bad, but
it is still 3 checks.
It's 3
in a place
checks,
where Kanra's not likely to be going.
Right, so for that reason, I do like it. Of course, you know, obligatory, if I were in this position, I would be all over Dark Deep Nest right now, but I'm trying to...
Not everyone's very comfortable with Dark Deep Nest.
Keep my biases out of the commentary for a moment, because no matter how tempting the 5 grubs in Deep Nest goal is, I think it wouldn't be too bad since you have distant village access already, but I can definitely understand not wanting to do that.
You know, I wouldn't mind seeing a Beast's Den check.
Yeah, agreed. I think that yeah, the Hera location in particular.
Kanra's doing this dream tree for her 4th. I mean, I guess as long as you have...
Not on my radar, but this is a really fast one because it's only 20 essence.
And she does have Hive Blood equipped, so the bees aren't bothering her.
Yeah, it's completely safe. Yeah, I like this. Very good play.
That was all the essence, right? Or... Oh yeah, there we go. She marked it off.
Okay.
And Jetfire making pretty quick work of Soul Master with having Wraiths already, or this streak.
Yeah, I don't think we'll see a Hive Blood check here. Kanra really doesn't need much in the way of items at this point.
And just doesn't really have a whole lot of damage with which to kill Hive Knight.
Yeah, the Hive Knight fight would be very slow, and she is quite outspoken on the record as disliking the fight. But wait, is this the Hive Knight content?
Ooh. Yeah, she's going for...
No.
Maybe... No. Okay.
Baited. Alas.
She's opening the shortcut, though, in case she wants to come back here later.
Fair enough. Oof, and Soul Sanctum turns up empty.
Well, it had Cyclone Slash. Kanra has the other 2 Nail Arts already, so... I mean, if there's something at Nailmaster's glory.
So, Quick Focus, Long Nail is the build of choice, and Kanra is heading into Deep Nest. Yep, I think this is the correct play. Doing the Dark Rooms backward is much easier than doing them the other direction because when you're going from top to bottom, you really don't have to go through as many of the spike sections.
Yeah.
Of course, no Dreamers yet, including no Hera, so we will have to fight this devout fair and square. Or skip it, but...
Jet's heading into waterways. Okay. Hidden Station Stag. Kanra could have actually already gone there. Freeing the grub. Good. Kanra still hasn't checked grubs.
No. Probably just assuming that she won't need it. And to be fair, when you get weighing Sandus Mystere off of checks.
Did Kanra not do left waterways?
I don't think so. I think she was in goal mode when she came in here.
I know she checked the egg to the right of the bench. But
Yeah, in
I
that
guess...
case, what I imagine she did was come out of tuck and go straight down.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely, since we did not see the white fragment.
Yeah. Okay. Alright. So how's Conra's Dark Deep Nest going? She got through the first room without too much trouble, but
Yeah, and
not
she
a
got
tough.
up to this landing. Should be smooth sailing to the grub from here.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just that one jump at the beginning of this room, which she made look very easy. And gonna go to Weaver's Den. And is... okay. I missed. I thought we were somewhere else on Jet's screen. Yep, just a rancid egg, and looks like
Thinking
gonna
about
leave
where to go
waterway.
next. Yeah. Well, there's our first dreamer. Jet's gonna finally come back to check Soul Catcher. Just a rancid egg.
You hate to see it. But yeah, this is definitely...
Shade Soul for Kanra. That's actually the ability to kill 2 Alubas.
Oh yeah, we could see her change direction and head over there. It is a big time investment without the Queen's Garden stag, but we'll see.
Jet's gonna check what's at Grim. At least the first item. Oh, Lantern. Ooh.
That is Crystal Peak access. What
Crystal
Jet would need
Peaks,
here...
or could be Deep Nest access. Or,
True, depending on how you want to view it. I think
I would
that...
not... I wonder
I
if
would not
Jet's,
do no eyes.
Oh, yeah, well...
Yeah. It's a check, but...
It's a check. It's a little bit of a slow check, then, given that you can now get to some goals.
Yeah, basically, what Jet needs here in order to get a window for a comeback is probably Shade Cloak and Crystal Heart back to back, and maybe QG Stag too. Because right now Kanra has really... ooh, and Shade Soul does not hurt either.
Yeah.
Kanra has really comfy routing here because after she's done with QG, she can just go back to Deep Nest, finish off her grub hunt, and that's GG. So it's gonna take a bit of luck here.
Yeah, Jet is now heading into Crystal Peaks.
Yeah, I like that, capitalizing on the new item. Yeah. Yep. Meanwhile, Kanra about a third of the way. The first arena really trivialized with Shade Soul, fortunately. I do think it's funny that we found both copies of Shade Soul back to back like that.
Yep. Kanra, I guess, can just win with 2 Alubas and Grubs and Deep Nest at this point.
Yeah, so, I think that's her play.
Jet has to snipe one of them, and I'm not sure if he's going to.
Yeah, I don't see sniping Deep Nest, which is why I think QG Stag and one of the next 3 checks is probably critical for Jet. Is this the Descending Dark play? No.
Just going back up around this way to get to the upper parts of cliffs.
I have become a fan of doing Descending Dark before Upper Peaks recently. I don't think it's a good play, but I like it anyways.
I'm not sure that it would actually be so easy for Jet to get to descending. Wait,
True,
we're completely
actually.
forgetting that Jet doesn't have dive yet.
Very good point. No dive, and also what I thought you were saying is no way to get across the gap either. So
That's what I was saying, and then I realized the real, even more
So-
important reason not to go to Crystallized Mound.
Yep, chalk this up to commentators not paying attention. Not a fan of the decision to get Crystal Peak grubs along the way, since you can't finish the goal, and you need to get lucky checks at this point.
And it looks like Kanra is gonna.
Yeah, she's just about finished here, so just has to survive the deadly Loodles room.
City storerooms stag, not useful.
Yes, really a hit in the face considering where they started.
Yep. Yeah, I think this is going to be Conra's. Has to go back, get the rest of the deep nest grubs, and also go kill Hornet. Hornet 1. But,
True, but she does have the green path stags, so that will be pretty quick. And she even has the tram, so she doesn't have to go back through Dark Deep Nest or anything like that.
Yep.
Yep, just really, really nice early movement for her. Really carried the day. And I think also some good decisions in the first 15 minutes to, which led to her getting that early long nail and the brooding Mallet goal. That really sort of set the tone.
Also, the prioritizing Mantis Lords.
Yeah, definitely from experience, it can be really hard to come back just because of the the mental state you get. Oh, but Jet will be able to get this Hellenist Crown goal, maybe, before Kanra finishes.
Yeah, Conra's not about to finish, especially since she still needs to kill Hornet 1 and get the other.
Yeah, so this is good for Jetfire. Get a few more points, help tie breaks down the road. But yeah, what I was gonna say is like when you know your opponent got lucky off of checks, and when you feel like you just don't have the whatever you need to win the race, it can be really demoralizing. I had that in a race against Mick in our last tournament, where he just found Claw at Thorns of Agony, and that was so far off of my radar that I just never psychologically recovered. Yeah, that's a real thing in lockout type formats, but ultimately you just have to play through it. Yeah, that was a very trivial Hornet 1 fight, given all of Conra's equipment.
Yep, and there's the two.
Very dead Aluba. Yep, tragically, no one skipped today.
Conra's gonna get this bench just in case, I guess, in case she somehow gets locked out of deep nest grubs and has to start doing checks again.
Yeah, that's practical. And she could very well find herself needing to hunt down Crystal Heart or Dash in that sort of scenario. So I think Un is a very good place to check in that case.
Given that Isma's tier was at Watcher Knights. And,
yeah.
You will not be expecting your opponent to be doing that.
Right. And definitely in logic, high value.
Yep.
Oops. A little bit of tricky movement for Jet here. You don't normally get to see the Claw Dash Hellenist Crown check, but pulls it off in the second try.
I've actually done a room randomizer where I had to figure out how to I don't know if it was even in logic, but getting up the Hellenist's crown with wings and no claw. It's possible, but it requires luring the crystal fly thing. into position so that you can pogo off of it at the top of the room, and it's a nightmare.
Yeah, it is very tricky. Yeah, this will be a sigh of relief for Kanra, who now knows that Jet is, nowhere near where she is right now.
Yep, nowhere near being able to snipe deep nest grubs.
Yep, and I believe this is the second test grub. We still have to make our trip to Upper Deep Nest.
Yeah. I'm just gonna go via the one-way shortcut from
Tramway.
the
Yeah,
tram.
very rarely seen paths, especially with bench work.
Yep.
But this is, a great example of why it's important to remember.
And even if Kanra wasn't about to win, Crystal Peaks
just
has not been
sole
kind
leader.
to Jet.
Yeah, really unfortunate. It makes me really want to know where Crystal Heart was.
Yeah,
in fact,
and
since
dive.
since we're just about at the end here, I'm gonna go generate that seed and see just where it was.
And yeah, that's the last goal for Kanra. So, GG. And, let's mark them as done, and see if we can get them into the commentary for some post-race interviews. Hello.
Hello, GG.
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 Was an
That was a
interesting
fun
race. Yeah. Unfortunate that the good progression was there was Wings behind Mantis Hordes and Isma's Tier behind Watcher Knights.
I
figured
was
something
very
was up.
sad when I found Isma's Tier after Watcher Knights, after I did the stupid skip to the archives for that.
Yeah.
It was very good content to see the no Isma, no Crystal Heart archives, but
I didn't even know like if that was a thing I could do until I got there.
Yeah, barely possible without air stall, I guess.
oof! I just pulled up the spoiler log. The in logic Crystal Heart was at Charmnotch Grim.
Oh, I've
Oh.
never found
After the Grim
Grimchild.
fight.
I
Yeah,
got
Jet
Grimchild,
found Grimchild, yeah.
but I didn't kill him.
Probably wouldn't have been too bad of a fight given you had Abyss Shriek.
Yeah,
There was another copy of Wraiths at 9 grubs.
I was just hoping C-Dash was going to be in Peaks so that I could just finish all that in there too.
Yeah, I was missing Dive and Sea Dash. I was also missing Dreamnail for the longest time, and then Watcher Knights were like really generous.
Well, Grub
was
had
also-
a Shriek and Dreamnail, so...
There was a Dreamnail
Oh.
at 10 grubs as well. I was a little
Abyss Shriek was
surprised.
9 grubs.
Yeah, Abyss Shriek 9 grubs, Dreamnail at 10 grubs, I believe.
The other Crystal Heart was at Crystal Guardian 2. And our 3 copies of Dive were at the here's Vessel Fragment Arena, the Fountain Vessel Fragment in Ancient Basin,
Oh, I was
And-
more likely to get that one out of any of them, honestly.
the Call of Two Pale Ore for the last Dive party.
God.
No
I
one was
had
getting that one.
Splurshroom. I had Splurshroom, so that was on my mind the whole time.
Yeah. We never actually saw any of Kingdom's Edge, I think, except for Hive.
Yeah,
I didn't
honestly,
even go to
really
White
rare.
City.
Where is
Yeah.
Kingsbrand?
Oh yeah, that's also an interesting one, given Void Tendril's journal entry and Lifeblood Room were
I also have no idea where Shaman Stone is.
Kingsbrand would have been at the Resting Grounds chest.
dive blocked.
Good dive.
And the intended wings for non-dupe cheaters would have been at the Lifeblood Core Arcane Egg.
Wow.
Oh,
So
so you were supposed to get dive, go into crypts, get Kingsbrand and then go into Abyss to find wings.
So basically, and yeah, the other Isma was also on Abyss. So basically, aside from the 2 skills Kanra found, it seems like there was nothing else on all of left side. So
Wow.
yeah, this is actually a surprisingly cursed seed after the comfy start.
I was really worried that I missed something in Ancestral Mound because when I killed False Knight, I was going to go check Stagnus because I got Stagnus from him and then Jet marked that. So I was like, I guess I'll rush Moloch now, but I warped to the Stag and then I didn't really know where to go anymore because normally I should have just gone left from False Knight.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were both fighting Moloch at the same time.
And then I saw you moke it, got distracted, died.
Oh.
It's okay, I just warped out and then I thought
Yeah.
I forgot I had claw, so I was setting up
Oh,
for the
yeah,
speed
yeah, that-
Saluba, and then I realized I had claw after I died, so whatever.
Yeah,
I also unfortunately
it's one of those
died
things
at
that
the
you can
very
forget
start.
about. Yeah, it's one of those things that you can definitely forget about getting claw that early.
Yeah, there was a lot at the very start. I got pranked quite a bit in the first room.
Now the first room I died right when I was jumping to the transition.
Oh.
Yeah, that first room is so mean. Honestly, one of the worst rooms in all of City of Tears, I think.
I kept trying to pogo one of the flying guys to get on top of the platform and he just said no every time.
I tried that the second time, because I was killing them the second time, but he just went backwards instead, so I just killed him and just went on my way.
The thing is, I didn't even need to pogo him to get up there, but he was like right there, so I'm like, okay, I guess I'll hit him and get on the platform, but then I couldn't actually
wait,
hit him.
I
so
thought you were talking about the simple key platform.
Yeah, I'm talking about like the room in general. Like, I was trying to get up to the stag bench before doing anything, and like the guy was just not allowing me. But yeah. I was really torn between like whether I should do Watchers or Umu first, and like in my defense, I didn't realize I didn't have Dreamnail until I entered the Umu fight, pressed my Dreamnail button, and saw nothing happen.
Honestly, out of all of the boss fights, Dreamnail makes so much more of a difference for Umu than anywhere else. You never think of it otherwise, but
Yeah.
still a respectable Wraith skill. Was it a 3 cycle? Or
No, I think it was like a 5 cycle or something.
okay.
Did you get QG stag, Kanra? Or did you
No,
go all the way
I
through?
went around, yeah. I found Shade Soul, so I just went around.
I got Shade Soul eventually too.
Yeah, different Shade Souls, incidentally, at the same time
I
on
think
stream.
I was
At the
doing
same
the Deepness Grubs in the dark again, and I think I found it in Weaver's or something.
Yeah, I think it was at Weaver Song.
Yep, and
So I was going to split up Deepness into 2 anyway, so that was like a good moment to leave anyway.
yeah, Jet found it No Eyes, Mask Shard, right after getting Lantern.
Oh, yeah, I think the only place I explored in Green Path was the stag and the thing next to the stag.
Yeah,
was
I
Lantern
just saw
again?
you do. Where was it?
Lantern.
Grimchild.
Oh yeah,
right.
Grimchild.
Yep, and the QG Stag would have been at the Zod Idol if we'd seen just a little more of Deep Nest.
Ah,
So,
it wasn't like worth it for me to just backtrack through
oh
there.
no, that's a really slow check too. That's like a minute. So
Yeah. I had my route planned out for the last 3 grubs already, so
yeah, it was a
I
really
made
good
everything
independent
really
route.
easy.
All right
GG.
then. Yeah, thanks for
GG.
kicking
Was
off
a fun
round 2.
GG.
Yeah,
Random start was very fun actually. Even though it went into crossroads pretty quickly anyway.
It
Yeah.
definitely made the False Knight Breeding Moloch goal very different from what we normally see.
yeah.
I was really worried I would just get locked out of that when I warped out and went the bottom path instead of just going back through the top path. The top path was definitely faster. I don't know why I went bottom path.
Yeah, I do think Jet actually entered the Brooding Moloch fight before Kanra. So,
Yeah,
Enter-
but I'm kind of
entered-
bad at the fight with nothing.
Yeah,
It's a tough fight.
it's there's a reason that
Sure.
it in logic requires some spells for easy logic.
I mean, I think I would have killed him eventually, but
Got
I had to heal
distracted
a few
by
times in this fight, so
Where was Dash Master, Sprint Master? I never found it.
I was in Cliffs, the King's Idol. I was
Oh
Split
yeah.
Master.
I only went to Cliffs to check like the two things up top, like way later, just like hoping I didn't miss something that you got. I didn't go all the way.
stag nest play.
Yeah, I did Stag Nest, and then I walked back trying to get the Brooding Moloch, and then I went from Dirtmouth to Fury, and then back into Cliffs that way.
I don't remember what I did after that. I think I went to shops and found Dash or something.
Yeah, Zelda had Dash. And then I went to Distant Village Stag just to see if I missed anything at the Stag. Shopkeeper's key, so I knew you had like done all the shops.
Or actually,
I
but
actually had
that's
gonna go into
much later.
Fungal.
You were actually you actually got that that particular shop before Kanra did.
Yeah, I put off.
Well,
Slave
nothing was there,
for a
so
little while.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Alright,
but actually, I do think that the Brooding Moloch goal, or death, ended up being a bit more consequential simply because it meant Kanra got to Dirtmouth. I think maybe 2 to 3 minutes sooner and got that Zelda dash.
Yeah.
Really ended up being big in terms of being able to get out of the early areas and rush down Leg Eater and stuff like that.
Yep.
Yeah, just wanted
I
to-
was so sad when I didn't have enough money to buy out Leg Eater.
Yeah.
just
even though
barely.
all the other shops had like tons of Geo.
Yeah, the Leg Eater was like the only shop I checked, except for I think Iselda, since I had Dash when I went to Leg Eater.
And she had sold 2 arcane eggs.
Yeah,
specifically to
that's
be
the
able to
main
afford Leg
reason why
Eater.
I went there. I knew I had 2 arcane eggs, so I was like, okay, I'll have enough money, probably, and then I still didn't. It actually routed in nicely though, since I got a simple key not too soon after that and had to go back to Lem area anyway for the other goal, so it worked out in the end.
Yeah, I think I found that simple key later.
I found 2, I forgot where the second one went. That was a very
Alright,
fun
then.
board though. I really like boards like that.
I also
this
didn't
would-
realize I didn't need to go from Green Path Lifeblood all the way down to Far
The
Canyon
Fog
Lifeblood.
Canyon one.
Yeah, after I passed the bench, I'm like, oh wait, this one gives me 3. I could have just sat on the bench, gone from here.
Yeah, and you ended up walking past Fragile Heart because you were rushing the goal, which also would have given you 3.
Yep, and then I found Lifeblood out like a little after in Fungal too.
Yeah, that's.
Oh yeah, I think I only had like the 2 life charm.
Yeah, I think Joni's was in Green Pass somewhere. so-
Yeah, it was up a Green Path. I think it was the relic next to Stag.
Or
Yeah,
maybe
makes sense.
something like that. But yeah,
Oh,
so
nice. GG.
yep,
Yeah,
GG.
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 We have 3 races coming up tomorrow, starting with Insomnia versus Acrid at 8 a.m. Eastern, Ash
Yep.
to Smurf versus Georgan at 1 p.m. Eastern, and then Jason versus 9 at 6 p.m. Eastern. So be sure to check those out, and we'll see you then.
Yep.